Okay, hello everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you. Uh, Today I would like to show you, as you know that we have already finished all the chapter according to our curriculum, all the labs that we are going to finish within our syllabus. So today we are going to I would like to show you something different that is also a part of your syllabus. You can say that how we can create a header file of our own. That means we can create a header file. Actually, till now, whatever header file we have used, those header files are system defined, right? That means built-in header files. So we can directly include that header file in our source code, and then we are able to use the functions or the methods whatever has been defined within those header files directly in our source code. We can directly call those functions, okay, within our source code from by including those header file inside our source code, and then we are able to use the operations of those functions in our source code. That we have done till now. Okay, whatever header files we have used, we have done it. Now I think you believe that if we are collectively taken all the header files, system driven header files together, all those system driven header files collectively are not sufficient to explain all the functions. Okay, as for example, factorial, right? So is there any header file exist or built-in header file exist in our system in C++, by the help of which we can call a factorial function? Is there any header file? The answer is no. There is no header file which are capable enough to do a factorial by calling the fact function directly from the header file, right? Similarly, there is no header file which will perform prime function calculations, or which will perform Armstrong number checking calculation. So there are several kind of functions that we have already implemented in our C++ program or C program with a series of instructions, with the help of series of instructions, but those functions are not directly defined or stored into any one of the built-in header file. So what we will do, suppose in future you are going to frequently use the factorial function. So each and every time, shall you will you define those header file those factorial function each and every time in future codes? No, you don't want to do that. So what else, what is the procedure that you are not going to implement the same code again and again for the factorial in future programmings? Instead of that, you are going to create a header file of your own name or of your own, okay, and you are going to define those functions which you think that you are going to frequently use in future within those header file. So in future, whenever you require those function to use, or you need those function to use, you simply include that header file inside your code, okay, of your own created header file inside your code, and directly call those functions. Okay, so that is the job, or that is the necessity of creating a header file by the user itself, okay, or by the user by its own choice, right? So let me explain the overall concept by using some code in C++. So I'm sharing my screen. I hope the screen is visible to everyone. So check this code very carefully. Okay, everyone check this code very carefully. So here I have defined, this is a simple C++ code. Okay, now I have defined a header stream iostream.h, okay, or iostream, whatever you say, then the namespace std. Now under this I have defined two functions. Check it out. First function is a sum function whose main responsibility is to do summation between these two integers a and b. Okay, summation in between these two integers a and b. And this factorial function is doing factorial on a number n that you are giving as an input from outside. Okay, now in this program I didn't write any driver code, that means the main method from which this function will be called, right? So no invoking methods are present or written in this program. Okay, only function definitions I have written. Only function definitions I have written. One function definition for doing summation, another function definition for doing factorial of a particular number. The number which we are passing during the invocation of this function. Clear? Now, if I will treat this entire source code, I repeat again, if I want to treat this entire source code as our header file, then we have to store or save this code by the name .h extension in such a way. Look, what is the name that I have used to save this header file? mysql.h. So name of this file I have given mysql. You can even give your own name, then .h, right? So how we can understand that is this a header file or not? By the help of this .h extension, we are able to understand that it is a header file, right? Clear? Now, in the next tab, we'll open a new tab, a new file, a blank file, where I have opened a new file where I have included the header file of my own creation in such a way. Look how I have included this one. Hash include within double quote mysql.h. What is mysql.h? It is such a header file which I have already defined in the previous tab. So within this header file, only two functions has been defined. User defined function has been defined, explained. One is sum function, another one is fact function. Sum function is used for doing summation of two numbers, and fact function is used for doing calculating factorial of a particular number n. Now within this source code, check it out. This is the source code, int main, and within int main I have just called those two functions, right, by including this header file. If you are not going to insert this header file, then while you are trying to call these functions, then it will give you error. Okay, so here I have called the function sum by passing two values on which the summation operation will perform. This value is given for a variable, and this value is given for b variable. This is a, this is b. Okay, and then after following this, we will call the fact function. Within this fact, I have passed the parameter 5 for doing factorial. So this is the way of how we can call or invoke the functions which we have defined into the header file of our own choice. If we run this code, we will get the output. Okay, this is an example of using own header file. It's a normal statement. So summation result is 11 and the factorial of 5 is 120. So it is correctly executing. I hope this conception is clear to everyone. So if I am making this mysql.h as a command line, and if I am trying to run this code, so it will give error. It will give you error. Okay, so it is justified that you have to include that header file where the corresponding function definitions are present. Okay, this is one way of how we can call only functions. There is another way that instead of function, we can also do the class object operation by using this kind of own header file creation. How we can do it? Check it out. Along with these two functions, okay, I am not deleting those two functions. I have written two codes based on class. One is class base. That code I have written for you. Check it out. These two are the old function which I have already defined. This is the new one which I have written. That is class base. One base class I have defined. Within this base class, I have defined one public access specifier. Within this public access specifier, I have defined one member of this base class, that is hello method. Okay, it will just print hello world. This is a base class. Simple as statement, it will print. Okay. Right. Now this class has been ended here. Now I did not write, I am not going to write any new code after this. I will stop this code and save it as mysql.h. Right. Now coming into the source code. In the source code, what I have done, check it out. In the source code, I have defined the derived class and extend or inherit the base class from the header file class, right? So header file I have included. So this inheritance is allowed because this header file has been included, and within this header file, this base class definition is present, right? So that's why it has been successfully inherit or extended within the derived class. Now, in a similar way, within the derived class, within public access specifier, I have just defined one member der, and within this member, I have just written that this is a derived class statement. Now, within the main method, what we will do, if I want to call both the methods of der and that base class method, what we will do, we'll have to create the object of this derived class, and that object is capable enough or powerful enough to invoke both the method of its derived class as well as its base class. So here we have created the object derive ob and ob.hello and ob.der. So der is the derived class method, member method, and hello is the base class member method, which it derives or which it extends in the derived class. Okay, so if we run this code, so our code is successfully run. Look, this is the statement that is printed within the base class, and this is the statement that is printed within the derived class. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anyone has any confusion? Any kind of question, any kind of confusion you have?
No, sir.
So any operation you are able to perform. Okay. So inheritance operation, I have already shown how we can perform inheritance operation by using our own source code file. Okay, by the help of this technique, any operation, whatever technique we have learned in C++, it may be inheritance, it may be polymorphism, any kind of operations we are able to perform by the help of creation of our own header file. Okay.
কিন্তু এই হেডার ফাইলটাকে আমরা ডবল কোটেশনের মধ্যে রাখতে হবে।
Yes, double quotation. আমার মনে হচ্ছে in this header file, if you take a angle bracket, let's check it out. I think this angle bracket will also work. Let's check it out. No, it will not work. So this double quote will work because it is a user defined header file. So that is the distinguishing between the user defined header file and system defined header file, because in user defined header file the angle bracket will not work. Okay, this double quote, you have to specify this user defined header file or include this user defined header file within your source code by using this double inverted code. Okay,
অ্যাঙ্গেল ব্যাক শুধু ইনবিল্ট হেডার ফাইলের জন্য কাজ করবে।
হ্যাঁ, angle bracket for built-in header files or system defined header file, it will work. Okay, so I will give you the today's assignment. Today's assignment is mostly based on this header files concept, and some assignments I've given that is actually using the concept of the previous program, that will actually consider as a practice assignment. So you can do this assignment, you can take a picture of it and give it into your WhatsApp group. I will also upload this assignment in your Google Classroom as well. So first assignment, read all the program very carefully line by line and then do the assignment. Okay, write a C++ program to create a header file of your own whose main job is to check whether a number is Armstrong number or not. So I hope you understood that within the header file your function definition should be a checking function of Armstrong number or not, and create another source code file which call this Armstrong function by including that own.h header file. So this header file name should be own.h, and within this header file you have defined the Armstrong number function. Okay, and you have to define another source code file, separate source code file, where you have called this Armstrong function for doing its job. Okay, second problem is related to that class and object, which I have already told you. So you have to implement here the multi-level inheritance, multi-level. Okay, so A implies B, B implies C, like this multi-level inheritance by defining all the classes inside of your own created header file own.h and invoke the members of those classes from the main method defines in your separate source code file, which includes your header file. Okay, so these two are the programs regarding your header file. So these at least these two programs you will have to do today. Okay, and these three programs I have given for your practice. Okay, so these three programs are related to the technologies or the topics that we have already covered in C++. So write a C++ program which creates a multi-level inheritance hierarchy of person, employee, and teacher classes, creates instance of each class using new and stores them in an array of person. It's also very easy program. Write a C++ program which creates a multiple inheritance hierarchy of teacher classes derived from what person, employee classes. Each class must implement a show member function and utilize scope resolution operator. So to call the show member function, you have to utilize the scope resolution operator. That you have to understood. Okay. And the last program that you have to do the operator overloading of these two operators, equal to and not equals to. Clear? These are the 5 programs that you have to do.
বাট স্যার হেডার ফাইলের নাম তো এক দিলে হবে না, যেমন own.h আছে দুটোতেই।
Okay, well, give some different name, no problem. Okay, give some different name. Give own1.h, own1.h. Okay. হবে না তা নয়, it should be happen. তাহলে এই সোর্স কোড আর হেডার ফাইলটা একটা ডিফারেন্ট ফোল্ডারে রাখতে হবে, and this source code and header file will be stored in a different folder. তাহলে হবে, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই। Right? You cannot store the same own.h header file into the same folders, but two own.h header file into the same folder. Clear? Is this clear to everyone? All these 5 assignments clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So all of you start doing these 5 assignments. Okay, I will start the evaluation from right now it's 2:50 almost. I will give you 1 hour. 1 hour, I think it will be okay for you. So I will start from 4 p.m. Okay, 1 hour 10 minutes I am giving you for the evaluation. I will start from 4 p.m. Okay, and those who are showing their codes, those during the evaluation I will call each and individual names. Okay, and at that time I am giving the attendance, not right now. Okay, so all of you must present during the evaluation. Okay, those who is traveling, or Oritro is traveling, no problem. Oritro, you have just attended a class, so I am giving you attendance for 1 class. Okay, because you didn't show the code, I have given attendance for 1 class. Okay, no problem. Okay, so all of you do it. Have you taken the picture of this assignment? Please take the picture of this assignment and post it into the WhatsApp group. I will also upload this assignment in your Google Classroom.
স্যার আপনি হোয়াটসঅ্যাপে দিয়ে দিন না।
WhatsApp দিয়ে দেবো? Okay, I will give it. আমি ছবি তুলেই দিচ্ছি। হ্যাঁ, okay, everyone do it. Okay, I shall start your evaluation from 4 p.m. onwards. Okay, everyone do it.